Today we're going to talk about getting in to high school sports and youth fall sports. High school football, youth fall sports. Guys, let's get into it. This is Mike, the Caesar of concessions. All right. So, it's no secret to anyone that's ever watched my channel or talked to me that youth sports is a backbone to our family and our company. And I'm going to talk to you about, how to get into them, why you should be getting into them, and benefits of these programs that you as a vendor may not even know exist. All right. So you start now, guys. Now is the time to get into them. Why? Because we're in the beginning stages of all these organizations getting ready for the fall, right? For high schools, the summertime is when they reevaluate everything, take on new prospective businesses to take over different entities, etc. Now is the time you pitch it to them and get in there for high school football. And if you want to do other high school events, the summertime is when we get after it. And it's the same thing for youth football or youth baseball or youth soccer. For the fall, it doesn't matter. You use the summertime to get your foot in the door and get everything in a row to get into these events. Now, high school football in the fall is just absolutely amazing for us. It is one of the few events that actually can give you life-changing money each time you have a game. It's that incredible. At least it is for us. And there's some criteria like that we look for. Like we want the biggest high schools as possible. So for us, the biggest we have in our area are 4A high schools. Those are the ones we go after. And if we can get into 4A high schools, we know we're going to do really well, particularly for fall football. Also, the amazing opportunities once you get in to a school are through the roof. I can't tell you how many different banquets and other sporting events that we have catered due to just being involved with the schools for high school football, right? Because there's so many eyes on you all the time and so many customers that it's a great way to advertise different parts of your company. So we have catered events for banquets and award ceremonies. Guys, you name it, we've done it. Also, fundraising. Guys, your name is out there every football game for fundraising. Different teams. Think of all the youth players and parents that come to Friday night games, that play on Saturday mornings, like for youth football leagues, that come to Friday night games, right? And you are out there with your product, advertising it, that you do fundraising. You can help them get uniforms, pads, cleats, whatever. Just by you being there is a great advertising tool. As a matter of fact, we are talking about this in my membership group this Thursday. Guys, we talk about this stuff all the time. If you want to be a member, it's only $2 a month. You're missing out if you're not in it. We have a workshop tomorrow night, Thursday. It's going to be incredible. Anyway, $2 a month. Link will be in the description. We have 2 workshops a month plus exclusive videos from yours truly. All right, next. Let's not sleep on fall football and fall soccer at the youth level. Guys, this is also great, consistent money, and if games get rained out, they get made up. How awesome is that? You know what you're going to make week to week. It's all about volume and doing, whether it's concessions like we do, or if you're just doing lemonade, shaved ice, or kettle corn, you can still set up at the parks and do this. Okay. Well, let's talk about everything and why youth football and the other opportunities that come with it are so good. Number one, the money. Guys, the money, like I said earlier, can be life-changing event to event. That's by itself is incredible. Next, I have my notebook here so I don't forget anything. Fundraising, like I said earlier, is just incredible. Catering is awesome. And if you work this properly, now check this out. Youth football for high school, right? And then you get into youth or high school football. Then you get into youth football, youth soccer in the fall. You can use these opportunities to springboard you to other possible high school events in the winter, right? We're talking about basketball, wrestling, and various youth basketball tournaments, which are incredible. Volleyball, guys, the opportunities are endless that you can use the high school sports and youth sports to get into. So you do that. And then in the spring, you got spring football, at least here in Kansas City, spring soccer, baseball, softball. Guys, your whole year can just be youth sports like it is for us. And I can't tell you how important it is to get into these. And we're going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to get into them. First, before I do that, my channel is sponsored by kettlecornmachine.com. They have the best lemonade and kettle corn equipment in the market. Guys, their kettle corn equipment has done Friday Night Lights for us for 15 years. And it's still the same piece of equipment. Incredible. kettlecornmachine.com for all your lemonade and kettle corn vending needs. All right. Here's how you do it. If you waited this long in the video, you will now be rewarded. All right. To get into high schools, here's what you do. You contact in an email the principal, the vice principal, the secretary, right? The principal's secretary, because she's the actual one who sets everything up, and then the booster club president, right? You send all these emails out, make it the same email, and you send them out to all of them. You cast the wide net to all of them. And then, like we talk about in our membership group all the time, you cast the wide net out to various schools. That way, hopefully, you can get one to bite, right? Just if you do one, you may not give them a bite. But guys, if you cast a lot of lines, you can get quite a few to bite. Now, as far as what to say and how to say it and this and that, that's way longer than this video could take. That's like a 30-minute conversation, which is why the workshops are incredible for only $2 a month. But yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do. Cast a wide net, email these people. Now, what about youth sports leagues? It's the same kind of thing. You email out the president of the league, the vice president of the league, and the treasurer, okay? And you send that out. Now, with the high schools, the booster clubs is so important to contact them. Even if you want to add other booster club members, like the vice president of the booster club, back to high schools again, the treasurer of the booster club or an email, fine. The booster club is so important because that's who you're going to be making money for. From a percentage of sale, so they can make money from you being there. And if you make these leagues and these high schools money, guys, other high schools want to do it. I get called by other high schools around my area every single year to come and take over their concessions. Why? Because we make them money. And if you can make high schools money and they don't have to do anything with it, they'll love you for it forever. I'm just saying, it's a great business. This is Mike, the season of concessions, out.